We are live.
We are live. I am feeling great. Feeling great. How's everybody feeling?
Great. Let's do this.
Ready to go.
Well, hey, I was talking to the viewers,
Oh.
and they said,
Okay.
"I feel great." Yeah. All right, now guys, how's everybody feeling?
Wow, not only is the voice of the game, he's the voice of the viewers.
Everyone.
It's everything. He creates the whole universe.
I said they're gonna massacre my boy with this combat that's coming on the eve of my daughter's wedding. No, no, Marlon Brando's. I should put a Marlon Brando in. Should. Anyways, so quick thing. For the season, it is the fall time. I prefer apple cider over pumpkin spice. Changed my mind. Let's see everybody else. Dill, what about you? Pumpkin spice
I would
or apple
absolutely
cider?
go apple cider with ramen too, maybe.
That's what I thought. Mike, are we doing a yin?
Apple cider.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Like my think.
Apple cider donuts.
Oh, slice.
In the words of radio, I like both.
Okay. Ash.
Yo, same as Stimbo Slice right there. I like both, but I gotta go with my pumpkin spice just because everyone thinks I'm that basic, so I'm just gonna go that basic.
It is really good.
And Nick at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Both.
Not doing
Anywho, all right. So it is 'tis the season of giving, and what I'm going to give the players today is possibly a rank up to level 4, but that depends on if they can make it out of this little hell trap that I set for them, and if they can complete a long rest. Also, in the spirit of the season of thanks, I would like to do a couple of thanks. One, to my friend at work who exposed me to this Mexi Pop mariachi band where I'm going to briefly play over the thing real quick, just so you guys can hear it, because these guys have like 2,500 views on YouTube, and they should have 25 billion views on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
I was gonna say if you put the link in the, or if you give me the details.
All right,
I'll put the link in the
I am. I'm
description.
gonna put it. Can you guys hear it?
Cheers to
Hold
crap
on,
out.
wait a minute. Hold on, one sec. Tell me what. All right. Anyways, they do
Wow.
they do a bunch of craziness.
Our
You
DM
know
has lost
Harry?
his
Do you
mind.
know what else is some craziness? That I had this much energy at 31 years old, because it was my birthday 3 days ago. I'm 31 years old, and for my birthday, I received this wonderful dice box from my lovely wife, and it was created by Wiz Dice. It came with like these giant dice that are freaking awesome. Look at those. Like,
Yep.
and I can't wait to play at the table again so I can actually use them. These are going to be my big boss dice. Also,
It also
speaking
came
of
with
dice,
something else special, but y'all will find about that later.
Oh my
cool.
god.
Yep. And
Little sexy
These
wizard
wonderful-
outfit for Dave.
these wonderful dice,
Something like that.
light up dice from
Dude.
the one and only Oren Freewinter, who
Oh,
also
those are cool.
sent me this behemoth white dragon miniature from the WizKids, one of the WizKids sets. I don't know which one, but anyways, it's gonna take me fucking forever
Holy
to paint.
smokes.
But it is, dude. Look how fucking.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, this is
You can
almost as
say
big as wherever my
Everyone dies but
where
Orin and Ashley.
my Kraken is.
Wait, hold
Kraken.
on. And then your lovely children.
We're not talking-
Oh, but there's more.
Why you gotta bring them up?
Oh, they got me some paints.
She
Nice.
got you some pants.
Also,
Oh, wow.
And a doppelganger from Bel Air Games.
Yeah, Bill and Maryland. Oh, real quick. Also, and I'd like to do a very, very, very heartfelt shout out to my favorite independent artist of all time, and that would be my lovely wife. She did this all by herself while raising our 2 children, she published a children's book. She wrote the whole thing. Right? Look at that. It's based on a real life story about my son and his amazing NICU journey. And to raise money for said cause, she created these T-shirts, which are available. If you look at her Car Seat Chronicles, is that it?
No, so actually the campaign for that did close, but I can reopen it. So I was raising money for March of Dimes.
March of Dimes.
In October, but we already surpassed that event, which we ended up raising. My goal was 1,000. We ended up raising actually $600, which was amazing. So, and just all by like mostly T-shirt donations. So that was great. But yeah, if anyone is interested in one of those T-shirts, it does say "Pre-Me Assemble." The logo does have almost kind of like a Captain America feel to it because that's our son's favorite superhero. And so if anyone is interested, if you guys do like message us, DM us, I can reopen the campaign, and then Nick can post the link afterwards, and that would be awesome if you guys are like still interested in it, because the T-shirts are pretty cool and they're super comfy. But thank you, babe. I didn't even know you're gonna announce all that. So
Yeah, I thought I should. Well, anyways, we should be giving thanks to our Lord and Savior, Hemoth, the frog god of the bullywugs. Anybody else feeling thankful for anything before we get started? Thankful for tonight. Thankful for D&D. Thankful for apple cider. Thankful for anything. We ready to rock and roll. Do I have permission for my players to start?
I'm thankful for you.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
There we go.
Let's rock, boss.
Let's rock
Do
and roll.
this.
Okay, so last we left our group of strangers, I would even say compatriots at this point, shaky friends, maybe trusted strangers at this point. They have delved deep into this hidden passageway that was discovered by Yorick, meandering around the office of Ofrig, the local guard captain, finding this passage behind an enormous mounted stag head in his office. Bravely, and maybe a little foolishly, they decided to delve deeper and deeper down this mysterious pathway that appears to go beyond the wall of the village of Whaelhaven. The walk is ominous, creepy, dark, with only the flickering torchlight of these magically lit candles and torches suspended on the wall. As you guys make it towards the end, you come to 2 strange stone bowls. And about 60 feet ahead of you, you see an intricately carved statue of a gargoyle-like creature holding a red and blue bottle in its hands. And in a straight line, in this 60-foot line, about 15 feet wide, you can see the charred remains of several bodies. You sat, and you thought, you debated, and someone cast their unseen servant, who was able to walk tap, 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 across the stone floor, crunching the shards of bone, charred bone, until it made to the end of the hallway and to the forefront of this gargoyle statue, taking the bottles and walking back. This simple puzzle was quickly solved, and they were able to progress forward. As they did, they overheard the faint conversation, one familiar voice of the vampire bar owner from the hillside and hilltop tavern within Whaelhaven. But strangely, they were unable to locate the origin of this voice within the office that they entered. They found a remarkable sword hanging on the wall and a very strange mirror sitting on the desk. Zula was able to collect some rare moonflowers. One of the potted plants made their way farther down this stone cold labyrinth beneath the soil of Whaelhaven. The second door that they come to appears to be a cell block of sorts, with a door with a wide set window. They can hear gnarling and snapping, similar to the undead creatures that they've been encountering for the last few days. They're able to get the door open, lay it down, and cross a fairly obvious pit, a deep pit of spikes before progressing through the hallway. Ultimately, they discovered another friend. That would be Chief Ababu of the local Bullywug tribe, who appears to be beaten, chained, just mere breaths away from death. They're able to clean him up, just get him just healthy enough to come to his feet, walk to the hallway. At the end of the hallway, the large room appeared to be filled with assortments of treasure and tools and armor and arms. Appeared to be just cast aside from prisoners that were taken by these vampires. However, this was a trap. They attempted to cross one more final pit at the end of the hallway, not realizing that on the opposite side of this pit was an illusion of a room. Even deeper, larger pit. Bliss crosses to the end of the door that they used to cross and plunges 30 feet to the ground, knocking the wind out of him as his back strikes the soggy, wet, muddy floor of the dungeon room. As he catches his breath and looks up, he sees this large figure, bound in chains, chained to the floor and chained to a chest in the far corner of the room. This creature begins to stand higher, higher, and higher, and his face leaves the shadows of the corner of the room, and the reflection of the torchlight reveals its face, which happens to be the faces of many. Enormous corpses stitched together to serve some purpose in the cell block. As it pulls a chain away from the floor, you can see the chain click, 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 click. From behind you, several of the cells containing those zombies begin to shamble out into the hallway. Real quick, as this is happening, the doors are sliding open. You can hear the shuffling of zombie feet shifting on the cobblestone. And this massive mound of muscle, flesh, and rotted begins to slowly walk and pull at these chains, just out of reach of Bliss. What do you all do?
Is this a little pre-combat prep?
Can we see
I
the
will
map?
give you guys count. Nick, can we put a counter up on screen? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Can we
behind us?
can we potentially get the map on screen first before the
Yeah.
counter?
Tim, did I hear there's zombies behind us?
Yes,
Yeah,
is
I
all
heard.
part of
Uh,
all part of the
Yorick-
prep.
Yurik's shuffling through his bag looking
Yeah.
for that jug of alchemy. And I pick it out of my bag and I'm like shaking it, like, grease! And I unpop the cork, and behind us, towards the cells, I just start slashing.
Out of
This
here,
spot
dude. I was
everywhere.
just gonna
Um,
cast that in the
All right,
same
I
direction.
am.
Okay,
You have
so
1 minute starting now.
okay, so how far is Bliss from us?
Bliss is
I
30
know
feet.
30 feet down.
30 feet down. Okay. And how far is everyone kind of like, guys, are you all like in that area? Like near, like we're all kind of looking down at Bliss
Wait, why
at
am
this
I
point?
there?
No.
I'm behind I guess next to Kostya, just waving that bottle of the jug to throw grease everywhere, like right where I'm pointing, Dave.
Okay, can everyone come closer to me because I might have an idea how to get out of this.
I will send my unseen servant to you in aid, and use the unseen servant, and you'll be able to hear him because he's got tap dancing shoes on.
No,
I'm looking back. It's like I want this jug back, and I give it to trying to find the unseen servant, like just holding the
10
jug out.
seconds.
I keep
So
on
just-
telling
no, no,
everyone
no.
to come because I can do
Clarification.
pass. I can do pass without a trace. So if everyone comes towards me 30 feet, we can do pass without a trace. They can't detect us.
I was sending the unseen servant to help Ashley, but what I'll do instead is move towards Ashley
Yeah.
and have the unseen servant. Also, I'm helping the witch doctor. The unseen servant lower a rope from my
Okay.
pack to.
Okay.
Everybody roll me some initiative. Roll me some initiative.
So just to
Alright,
clarify a
initiative
point, because a lot
roll.
of people were talking. I don't know if I was there last
Oh,
time.
initiative roll. Whoops.
I believe that you were just over the edge. You left your token at the edge of at
Nice.
the thing looking down, and you said you were about to jump.
Yeah.
That's where you were at last time.
Oh,
Alright.
got it, okay.
All right, Loreno, what is your
Hold on,
what's your
I gotta roll.
number?
11.
11. Oh, you're
Dos.
Dos. Ashta.
8.
Hey, damn, some low rolls. Dula.
20. And that's 20.
Oh! Oh, look at you! Not so slow. Orin.
I got a 4.
4. We got 4. We got 4. Do I have a 5?
What's your initiative
5?
bonus,
5?
Warren?
5? Do we have 5?
Who's left, Mike?
Bliss, yeah.
I got 21.
Ooh,
Dang, son.
21. All right. And we are going to start. Let me see if this pops up because I think I downloaded.
Yep.
Yes, I got
did.
it. Oh, yeah.
Dope.
Let's climb up that rope.
Yeah, my unseen servant has dropped you a rope.
All right, awesome. Bliss, what are you doing, pal?
So the rope's already down.
Rope
It's
is down.
dangling.
It's dangling.
I'm climbing that rope to get out of here. I see this guy. I see his looks. I'm like, I want no part of this.
I
Climb
would have
speed,
also-
my friend.
What?
You have a climb speed, my friend.
Where would I find such climb speed?
I don't think you have one. It's usually kind of like a magical druidy kind of animal thing. But because you're climbing, you're only moving about half your normal movement speed. What's your movement speed?
Movement speed is 30, so I'm halfway up said rope.
Halfway up. Is that your turn, my friend?
Unless you want to give it a plus 5 feet because of reach.
Unless you want to dash.
Yes, and I will use the dash and get on top because my dash speed is 45.
You got it. Get to the top, my friend. All right. That's it. All right, Zula. What do you
Okay.
got?
So what I am doing is, while he is doing that, I am conjuring up ashes of burned leaf, of mistletoe, and spring of spruce, and I am making this concoction. I then cast Pass Without a Trace with everyone that's 30 feet around me. That seems to be everyone because I called everyone towards me. And what that does is everyone, including myself, in that 30 feet bubble has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Okay. Hopefully everybody's going to be doing some hiding. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. The zombies, sensing their next meal, they look famished. Their skin is tight, and it's starting to crumble at their fingertips. There's just no substance left to them. And they look over, and you can see these eyes, these glowing eyes, set in deep black sockets. They look over, and they just sprint, 28 Day Later style, at you guys.
Well, can they see us? Because we're in a veil of shadow and silence.
Nope. You guys need to take a stealth check for that to take effect. You guys want to hide in
No,
one of these
actu-
rooms.
Actually, it says a veil of shadow and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration.
Yeah.
So that's already protecting
that
us.
does
and
not
then-
mean that does not mean that you're invisible. That just gives you that plus on stealth checks.
Mm,
Makes it very difficult for them to contact to locate you. And you can't be tracked in terms of like if you're exploring someplace, you don't leave footprints. You don't leave tire tracks or whatever. That's what that means.
Everyone
I thought our
fucking
DM
run.
was cool.
I read that
Sorry.
as that we're like I read that as we're basically like a cloak of Harry Potter, and then we have this plus D10, like that we're basically cloaked, and then next move that we can all do stealth checks to like get out of there.
If you guys want to hide under the bodies in these rooms, or if you want to hide someplace, you can do that. That's up to you guys. And these zombies make it to about there. As they all take the dash action, just sprinting, shambling, falling over each other. You can feel like the brittle bones in their like ankles and just their shins just cracking under their own weight.
Are they not sliding over the grease?
Mine.
Yeah.
Where's the grease? Where's the grease? Refresh my memory.
Yeah, I was throwing it all in this direction.
Right here. So right here. So these groups, they'll each make a dexterity saving throw. What's the DC on that? It should be a DC on. Is it the grease spell or is it grease that you're just throwing?
No, it's the grease. It's just standard grease, whatever came out of the alchemy jug.
And what is it, like a 5 foot thing? What it'll usually tell you.
So it's a jug, and I could produce. I think it produces like I have to look it up again, but somewhere around like 10 or I don't know,
What,
X fluid
it's a
ounces,
10
and I'm just chugging it around.
It's a 10-foot sphere, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That's for the spell.
So the
Oh, that's
grease-
the spell.
So look, if you don't mind looking that up for me while I pull this
Yeah,
up.
I got you.
Tell me what the DC is. I think it's a DC like 11 or 12. I could be mistaken.
Alchemy jug, grease.
And I think it's a 5 foot by 5 foot.
We're gonna go with your knowledge on this, Dave, because I can't find that right now.
All right,
I
cool.
can look
We'll
up the
just do that.
spell if you
Cool.
want.
Well,
The
yeah, let's just
spell is
roll.
It's not so much a spell;
Oh,
it's more
that's
like
right.
me just like
Yeah.
tossing around in a bucket.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with the spell for now, and then when it comes back to your turn, we'll look it up. We'll make adjustments from there. All right, so it's gonna be a
Sounds good.
10-foot square, so it will affect 2 zombies. And what is your spell save DC?
You want this piece too? This too?
For the grease, 13.
13. All right, the first zombie rolls a 4. And the other one rolls a 16. The other one just slides and is able to keep one. The first one's able to slide and keep its bearing, and falls forward. And the other one just completely falls, and you can just hear just like all the bones in like one side as it falls on its side just crack as it falls to the ground. It's currently laying prone. All right, next up is going to be Loreno.
Oh damn. So I'm gonna move up 30 feet. So I think that's 2 behind Jorg.
Okay.
Right there, I think right there, right? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna summon a longbow. I'm gonna use because we didn't get in combat last time, right?
No.
And if I remember, the last short rest we did was kind of walking to the temple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would have my spells, right? So yeah, I'm gonna cast Hex on this guy.
Cool. Zombie
that's the guy that's not prone, right?
Yep, zombie A, go from left to right, A, B, C, and then D, E, F.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my
Control
bonus
is
action to cast Hex on him. Submit. And then I am going to use said longbow to make an attack.
Be my guest.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
So that'd be 7 points of damage plus a d6 for a hex. So 3, so total of 10. As I just like kind of like run up, and I'm just like, Joig, duck! And I realize he's, a lot smaller, no need, and just loose it over him.
This arrow catches it right in the face. Ah! Turns back around, the arrow's directly in its eye. And you can see this like thick black ooze start to drip down as the contents of its skull just leak out of its head. All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
Kashta.
I would heft the Bullywug Witch Doctor, which I believe is Bill right here. But I'm carrying him. And then I would grab the torch out of Zula's hand, take a couple steps forward, and hurl the torch into the grease in between the zombies.
All right, now I really have to look up grease so we get this accurate. Now we're starting to deal some damage.
It is combustible.
I know
I
it is.
posted it in the group chat, but it doesn't say what it would do for fire damage, so that's probably your ruling.
Yeah, let's see.
Cool.
Pork fat or butter, which I'm assuming would go up pretty nice. Some nice dried
I'm
tomato.
going to.
Push the frog doctor a little bit closer to the flame.
Oh no, I can't control the token, but I've been carrying the doctor. Been
Okay,
helping,
gotcha. Cool.
assisting him. Because I sent the unseen servant was doing it, but I sent the unseen servant to help you get out of the hole. So I'm
All right. So I'm gonna go with just a straight 5 fire damage each round until it uses its action to put it out. And if anybody out there wants to tell me on Twitter if I'm wrong, please do it so I can learn that. All right, cool. So we're gonna do a straight 5 fire damage to these two. 5 for this guy and the guy on the ground that's just cooking. Now you have these two zombies that are just like, one of them is just like lashing out and just trying to get its bearings now as it's slipping and sliding in this puddle of grease that is now become ignited with fire. The other one is now just looking, and it's just terrifying. This evil gaze it's giving with the arrow in its eye, and the skin is beginning to curl back on its skull.
as a bonus action, I would move into the doorway, so I can still assist, but also hide at a moment's notice because I have 10 hit points, and the Witch Doctor Frog is not doing well either.
Okay, so I'll make sure that the Witch Doctor is here. So,
Perfect.
all right, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so as you guys are focused on the zombies, you were just alert. You just turn around, just barely forgetting about this giant monster that's down in the pit. That it's if it were to reach up, its hand would be able to rest on the ledge of the drop. That's how large this thing is, and you can see that it's just pulling away, and this chest is just bolted to the ground, and it's going. And the other chain is just pulling against cling, cling, as it's going to use its action to try to break the chains.
I just want to say that it's bullshit that you get the corner.
Let's see, it has a +7. +7. Okay, cool. Roll. It's gonna try to break the chains. It just reaches back, and these just bolts and nuts, they just shoot, and they just some of the shards of metal, the pieces of metal, just like land at your feet on the in the hallway, and you guys look back, and this thing looks down, begins to make its way towards the end of the pit. All right. Next up is going to be Orin.
Orin, don't forget, you have the bonus from the Astral contract, the lesser contract. I don't know if you wrote it down, but it's +2 to whatever you decided. I can't remember what you decided, but you know. And you have advantage on all of those types of attacks and stuff. Any checks.
First of all, how do you do the length, like the distance finder, like so you can measure how much distance?
Like the ruler.
So you see the little the bar on the left with the arrow, the bot, all that stuff. You're gonna see a little circle with a ruler in it.
Mm-hmm.
You just basically just drag.
Snap to center.
Yeah, just click on it, and then when you got it. You have to click back on the arrow to move your token, though.
Got it. I'm a bit of a troglodyte, so it's okay.
All good, brother.
So Orin, looks back behind him. He's like, "Oh, that is quite a pickle back there. But there's quite a pickle up in front of me too." And in a moment of brilliant introspection, he raises his hand, and he's going to shoot Ice Knife at this guy. At this the center guy right there.
This guy right here?
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Do it.
Yes.
Yeet.
Yep. So he is going
Channel
to
your
launch
son.
it. Launch that shit.
It's charisma, right? So you get
Yes.
advantage on it.
No, I'm not sure if it's attack rolls. I think it's just checks, saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Double check for me. Double
I
check
will.
for me.
Hold on.
So spell
Pretty
save DC.
So you would get so your spell save DC is actually a 15 now instead of a 14. So you make the shard of ice firing at a creature on a hit, takes one a miss. Okay, so it's gonna take so roll your d20, right? Add your spell modifier +1 because of your astral contract. So
Oh wow.
2. Wait, hold on. Add your spell modifier to it.
I go back into my
Spell
Your
attack
charisma.
modifier. It's if you go to your spell
Yeah.
page, it's at the top.
spell attack bonus.
Yes. What is
It's-
that?
Is 6.
It says
Okay.
ability
Yeah.
scores and other checks, Dave.
Yep. So that's ability
That'd
score.
be 8.
So yep. So that'd be skill checks. And, stuff
And then
like that. That
plus
wouldn't be attack
and then
Okay.
plus
Plus
1
one
is 9.
for your 9. Okay. The AC of a zombie is an 8. It's very low. So you successfully hit this
Nice.
giant shard of glass-like ice. Flings down the hallway, filling the air with a gentle cloud of frost flurries. It impales itself into the zombie. Roll a d10 for me.
Yes, sir.
3. Gonna take
Great.
3 points of damage, and the DC that they need to take. What is it? A dex save, dexterity saving throw, or 2d6 dex? Okay, so that is 2d6. All 3 of them are gonna make saving throws. First one, a 16. It just makes the saving throw. An 18 makes the saving throw.
Oh
And the
my
last one
god.
fails the saving throw. So that original zombie is going to take 2d6. Roll 2d6 damage for me.
Okay. That.
Nice.
Damn! 11
There you
damage. Awesome. This zombie, you can see parts like bits of its fingers and the end of its nose and its ear. They begin to crystallize and start to break off as it starts to move. And through this cloud of just flurries, you see the zombies are still shambling forwards. All right, is that your turn?
Damn. As a bonus action, I guess I'll just sort of like bring myself kind of closer to these guys. And that's about it.
All right, Yorick.
Dick. Y'all know what this means. Yorick just reaches for his jacket, throws on his tinkering glasses, and I know I still have my perfume bottle, so I take out my perfume bottle and strap a gear to it so it's constantly emitting like whatever is fluids inside the perfume bottle, but I'm tinkering with it so that smell is going to give off this odor of like fresh meat. And I'm going to throw that self-propelling perfume bottle into this room over here.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So, pull out this little bottle of perfume, and you're like, ping, ping, pink, and you throw this little gear on it, and you go, and it just, and it just, it keeps spraying, and you just throw it. And through the cloud of smoke and the fire that is slowly starting to come down, it shoots across the hallway into the room. Clink, 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 clink. And you can hear the faint as it continues to spray. And the zombies. You all look to their left towards the smell. Is that your turn?
And yeah, I'm just gonna carefully mosey on over to, just right over to the other side of the hallway. Just be prepared to close that door.
Okay, cool. So, next up is Bliss. Now, Bliss, the commotion that came from behind with all the chains being broken, you can't help but look around real quick. And as this thing is like beginning to pull itself up, and it's on its tiptoes, you notice that around its neck is a thin gold chain with a key.
Yeah, this thing put the fear of God in me. It's massive, it's huge, don't know what to make of its face. I've encountered the
That's what she
zombies
said.
before. So
That was a good one. It's massive, it's huge. They don't know what to say about the face. That's what she said. All right, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
all right, I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm going to take my rapier and just slash at his fingertips, trying to get up the edge.
Poke it in the eye. Or slash
Okay,
his
cool.
fingers.
So you pull out your rapier, and you give it a quick slice,
Nice.
and that is a hit, my friend.
Wait, whoops. Sorry, hold on.
Six
Yeah.
piercing. 6 piercing damage.
Yeah.
You notice that the rapier just slides a little bit as it makes that arc down. It's a little closer towards the middle than it is towards the end, and you're able to sever its middle finger, and it just rolls as if it was like this. It's like the size of a bottle, like half the size of a bottle, just rolls down the floor.
And then as a bonus action, revealing my deck of cards, pulling one out, and then just attaching it down to the rest of his arm.
Okay, so you're just like kind of like you lick the end of the card and you stick it on his wrist, right?
A nice little stick there. 16.
Okay, awesome, cool.
All right,
Throws it down. 16 is definitely a hit. All right.
here we
So-
go. Damage. All right, so we got the 8 plus the
Ace.
ace. So
Awesome.
that's 4, 28, 32.
Holy shit.
Would you?
Damn.
Would you? So would you like to make the attack at advantage, fishing for a crit, or do you want to take the damage? You can take the 14 damage plus the 4 from your dexterity modifier. That's 18
Yeah.
plus 8, right? So that would be
Or
take the damage, or you can roll at advantage.
Wait, if he just rolls again at an advantage, does he have to take the new roll? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Hey,
take
it's a
the damage.
gamble, man. All right, cool. So what is it? So that's the.
I see what you did.
So that would be the. So that would be the 16 to hit. So it would be the 8 total. So it'd be 8 plus the 14, right? So that's the 1d4 plus 4, right? So you roll the 4, and then you got a 4, so it's 8 plus 14. That is 8 plus 14 is oh my god 22.
22.
22. So you have
Oh, I
22
said
points of
32.
damage.
Yeah, 22.
22 points of
Deuce,
damage.
deuce.
Damn.
As this little arcane explosion vaporizes just a little like divot of flesh on its wrist, and one of its hands, he just like waves it back and forth as the smoke clears, and he puts his hand back on the corner.
What? Alright.
All right, next up is Uzula.
Okay, watching just everything go on and thinking that my spells did something a little bit different, but still learning these powers. I look at what's going on to my right, looks what's going on with Bliss, and I just want to kneel down, pray to my moon god, take out the moonseed plants that I just received, take out my opal necklace, put that all together, sit there and pray, and do moonbeam on the big bad right there.
Let's see that moonbeam in the chat.
See that moonbeam? Did it post?
It did not.
No.
No.
Post. Click on the spell.
There we
Yep,
go.
there it is.
There we go.
Here we go. All right, cool. So, concentration up to a minute. So just remember, you take damage and do some concentration checks. All right. So 5-foot radius until the spell ends. Dim light fills a cylinder. A creature enters the spell's area for the first time on its turn, or starts its turn there.
Yeah, also, I don't know why it says spell save DC is a 10 because mine's a 14.
Okay, no problem.
So I
Yeah,
just
that's
want.
probably an issue.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want
that's
to.
probably because I. Yeah,
That's
we
pretty
can.
dope.
All
right, cool.
Want to say.
Oh, this is when the creature. Hold on. When the creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, so this would be this turn, right?
Mhm.
It is engulfed in ghostly flame, searing pain. It must make a Constitution saving throw. Let me see. We'll do the saving throw real quick. It's +4 on its con there, Ash.
Oh well,
It's plus-
I was gonna say well, I guess it doesn't matter because my spell attacks are a +6. But I guess that doesn't matter if I'm just doing straight moonbeam, right?
All right, so
Dave.
it only takes
Damn.
it takes half
It takes
damage.
half damage. Okay.
So roll 2d10. That's radiant damage.
Mhm.
Dave.
I know I'm rolling. All right, 13. So it's going to take half of 13. We'll round up. That's going to be 7. 7 points of damage. And you maintain concentration on that.
Yep.
Okay?
So I kind of want to, as like my bonus, I just kind of want to like go in this room, but enough that I can like eye him, but enough that I'm also like slightly hidden from the other zombies.
So this moonbeam comes down from this, like, a heavenly supernatural hole. A cloud-like hole opens in the ceiling, and a beam of moonlight comes down and just engulfs this creature. And you can see that the stitches holding its body together are starting to, like, tighten up and dry up. And you can see, Bliss in particular can see a large string fall down in front of its body, like a leather suture. All right. Next up are going to be the zombies. Okay, zombie number 1. It's going to walk outside of the flames. It's going to take its 5 points of fire damage as the fire at the end of this turn naturally goes out. It's going to take 5 points of fire damage. It is just, at this point, it's mostly just a blackened skeleton as it walks forwards towards, actually, it's going to walk into this room. Actually, you know what? It's going to make an insight check. Or no.
Is it smart
Yeah,
enough
insight.
to do that?
Insight check. Make an insight. And let's see the zombies. What we got for zombies for wisdom? -2. So we got that -2.
Jesus.
What the?
Are you
Damn,
kidding me?
that
Bruh.
zombie just sees the movement. It's drawn to the movement as it walks through. Pretty sure that the looks like the flames pretty much cooked whatever was in its nose, and it continues to walk forwards towards Loreno. It's going to make its melee attack against Loreno.
That'll
It's an
hit.
18 hit,
Yeah.
Oh
All right,
my
awesome.
god.
and it's going to take. You're going to take.
R.I.P.
Fixing these rolls on the DM side.
Hey, dude, 6 points.
Alright, not too bad.
Damage. Gotcha. The next one is going to use. It's going to use half of its movement to stand up, right? And it is also going to make that wisdom check. This one stands up and begins walking into the room. Next one is going to make the same check. 16. Just follows suit right behind the other creature and walks up to Yorg. It's going to make its attack against Yorg.
Where were these zombies?
13
Doctors
will hit.
before they died? Jesus.
I know.
I think so.
What
They
was
have a
the hit?
-2 on the modifiers, guys. They have -2s.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
13.
13
Will that
hits.
hit? Okay. Or you take, oh my god, 6 points of damage as this zombie just grasps onto your small frame, just begins to squeeze, and you can see its mouth rearing up to take a bite. All right, the zombies at the top. They are going to use their dash action to run towards here. And as they cross the room, you're all going to make wisdom saving or the insight checks against the. All right, first one, second one.
Is that grease still going on fire?
No,
Nope,
it went out.
it went out. It just went out. So 2 of these zombies, they go into the room. The other 2 move down. That's the end of the zombies' turn. After the zombies is going to be Loreno.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna take out both blades. Last words in echo. Like I'm just gonna kind of again in front of Orange scene, kind of like what I can do with my weapons, and I drop this bow and it vanishes, and kind of just like a eldritch plume of just black, and then in my hands come last words in echo, and I'm just gonna two-bop this guy right in front of me. Or if I'm able to save a bonus action, I'm gonna see what happens with the first action.
Beep-a-bop, go hit him.
Does a 20 hit?
What?
Yeah, dude, it would hit 2 of them. 11 points of
11
damage.
points of damage to this guy in front of me.
Right. Is that magic damage or no?
That is just piercing damage.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan.
All right. It's going to make its undead fortitude save, which is 5 plus 11.
Good luck.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Zombie. You slash. It just falls backwards.
Alright, and then I want to take my bonus action and kind of like as it collapses in front of me, again, let one of the blades disappear and move my hex, like bring its shadow like up into my hand and then push it to the guy in front of me.
Cool. You got it.
And
So-
that will end my turn.
Alright. That's the end of your turn. Alright. Next up is going to be Gashta.
You come to Kashta. I was I had a question on ruling. Since that big sewn together creature is trying to pull itself up, if I force it to make a strength saving throw, will it be at disadvantage? Because it's using
Well-
strength already.
I was
I
gonna
would
say,
say-
it's also trapped in the moonbeam right now, though. So he even be able to get up because he's in that beam
You'd have to see.
for 1 minute?
Oh man.
You'd have to see.
Well, last time we used it, they couldn't get out. But
Okay, then I would cast Mind Vapor, forcing it to make a strength saving throw. My spell save is 13. And if he fails, target creature feels as though they cannot support their own weight and falls prone.
Strength saving throw?
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, what's his strength modifier? Is. Where the heck is it? Strength is a +4. Okay.
Dang. Oof.
Passes the saving throw.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I would have my unseen servant hop off of the ledge and grab the monster to add more weight.
See where this goes.
Okay. That's
Alright.
it. That's my turn.
Next up is going to be the Golem. The Golem, starting its turn in the Moonbeam, it's going to make another Constitution saving throw. which is that d20 plus 4. And what is your spell save DC, Ash?
14.
14, so it's
Oh,
going to
you
take
take
half
half. Yeah.
of 2d what? It was 2d10,
2d10.
right?
2d10.
Yeah.
Yep.
6 damage.
6? You got it. Alright. So, as it begins to pull itself up, it looks over the edge, and it's going to attempt to grapple Bliss. Grab Bliss's ankle from the edge.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. It's going to make a strength. Oh, well, it's going to make a grapple check, which is basically an athletics check against your athletics or your acrobatics. It's a skill contest.
Let's go acrobatics.
Alright, so he's going to roll for strength, which is a +4. And I will tell you what you need to beat. Oh my
Nice.
god.
About time.
Finally.
Let's go with this roll.
Hell yeah, brother.
Dang, you nimble bastard.
So that was its action. Okay.
From
So,
the Incubus
again.
song.
it's sitting there, and you can see as it reaches up, its seams are starting to split, and that thread is just getting looser and looser and looser. Next up in the initiative order is going to be Orin.
Okay. So.
Nick?
Yep, I'm right here.
Really
Looks
I'm
like
just
he's
thinking
loading
that-
back in.
Yeah.
I can hear him fine
Oh,
and see him.
yeah. Sorry. I can refresh.
So,
I can-
but
Dave,
after-
you may have to.
I'm going
restart,
to
yeah.
refresh. Pardon everybody for the screen.
I'm also
Can't
gonna
hear him
refresh.
either.
I'm gonna take advantage.
First.
I'm
My
also gonna
dogs.
reset.
Got Nick. Alright, I got Nick.
You got
Can
me?
we hear? Can we hear my
I got it.
we all
sultry
reset.
voice?
Everybody. Alright, Nick. Alright. What are we doing, Nick?
All right. So, Orin is kind of. I mean, he's spooked. He's just getting used to these powers, but they're ranged powers, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do much. I'm going to take out my hand axe, and I'm literally just gonna do old ways is the best ways. Move up right to this guy, and embed it right in his melon.
Hey.
That would be.
Just click hand axe on your sheet.
It's very
That-
tried and
that-
true.
And then in your message, just click where it says hand axe in that box.
Yep. Just clicked it.
Yeah, no,
So-
so now in the message, like where it
In the
popped up
chat.
in the chat. Click
Oh,
it.
okay, right.
5 slashing damage. It's
Cool.
you swing your
right.
axe and you're able to lop one of its arms off at just below the elbow.
Ooh.
Good. I can't really do anything else, so.
All right, Jorg,
Sweet.
try to push the zombie in the room. Just do it. I want to see.
That's
a little
exactly
gnome.
what I was gonna
I
do.
want to see
'cause I
this
got
gnome try to push this fucking zombie in the room.
all my spells are ranged attack, and my Nomass is scared, so I'm going to pivot on the other side of this guy and try to shove him into the
Using-
room.
The science of leverage.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Love this.
All right. So you're moving. So the shove action is. Let me make sure because I've.
You should have made yourself into a table and let Hope
I'd like to
push him
think
for you.
that what Jorg is doing is he's like almost leveraging himself off the zombie
Yeah.
to his left.
He'd be
and
like-
pushing-
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Low
I'm using
center
a
of
2-to-1
gravity
lever.
too, you know. Low center of gravity. That's
Might work.
low man wins.
All right.
True, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, man.
Shove. Shove. Let me
Shove
see.
it.
A
Your
little
special
man
means
can pass
attack.
the big champion.
All right. So roll d20 at your strength mod.
Easy. It's 0.
Okay.
Not bad.
14. And it must make a strength check as well. And I believe it's a 0 for the zombies. It's a plus 1. It's a plus 1.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to push him back 5 feet, or do you want to push him prone?
No, am I able to shove him and like follow him through the, not me going through the door, but like stop at the front of the door,
Oh, absolutely.
so I can shut the door.
So you
That
shove
is
him into the room,
5 feet means.
and you shut the door.
That's my goal.
So are you going to stand in front of the door, or do you want to stay put?
I'm gonna stand in front of the door.
Okay. Are you going to
Now,
step
I
forward?
hate that I have to say this, but does that give opportunity to the zombie that was next to me?
Yes. It's going to make its It's going to take its opportunity attack, because I wanted to do it anyways.
You're very, very honorable.
11, will that hit?
If it's the same number, does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Is
it
there
hit.
any way I could react and? Oh wait, it's the other zombie. Never mind.
4
Yeah.
points of damage.
Thinking I could fend your ass.
4 damage.
And then right behind you, like, it swats at you, it just scratches your shoulder, rips your clothes, you lean back, and you're able to turn around and now you're just bracing yourself against the door. You're like, guys, help, help! Just like hold the door like this. Alright, cool. Next up in the order, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Liz, you just do like a quick like hopscotch jump, like you're jumping a jump rope as this tries to grab your ankle at the edge of the pit.
Ain't getting me off guard. Alright, this guy. I'm seeing that seam come undone. I'm staring right at it, and I'm like, is that a radiant spell still on him?
Yes.
It should be, yeah.
Alright, so I'm looking at that string, and I'm like, pulling up another card, aiming as close as I can to get on those sutures where that seam's coming undone, and I'm throwing another arcane card from my hand.
Okay.
Damn.
20!
All right.
Oh, shit.
5 plus the jack. So we got plus 11.
5 plus 11.
Damn.
All right. So
Damn.
16 points of damage against the big guy. Oh yes, yes. Below 40 hit points. That's what I want. You did it, Mike. You did it.
And wait, as a bonus, I will be still, facing him, but just backing away 5 feet, so I'm not on the ledge.
It's gonna make an opportunity attack against you.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. What is it? What I meant to say?
Okay.
I
Boyle.
think so, mine.
If he takes that opportunity attack, it's still his turn. Will he get more damage off of the light beam?
Not his turn. It's your turn.
But in his turn, if he's taking an opportunity attack.
No.
No.
He needs to start his turn in the beam, or it enters the beam for the first time. That's when it takes.
I will end my turn. It's now Zula's turn.
Zula.
At this point, so it's 1 minute. Is that still?
Yeah.
We're still good.
Everybody's
Okay.
turn. Everybody's turn
It's like
is 6
10
seconds.
seconds. Oh, 6 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I am just gonna stay where I'm at, and I am going to question also. I just want to make sure. I feel like it's a no, but I wanted to ask because I did do pass without a trace, and that is an hour long. Am I able to do my?
Pass out of the trace is pass.
Concentration.
Oh,
That's
concentration. Okay.
It's over.
It didn't say it on your card, so didn't realize that. Okay, so never mind. I'm just gonna stay put where I am. Maybe back up like just a little bit more. But
Maybe
just,
do a little shillelagh action.
yeah, I'm gonna do like my bonus action for my shillelagh. But I'm like keeping eye on this monster in the moonbeam.
Cool. Next up are the zombies. The zombie
Oh. I
in
guess
front
I
of
have to stay
Orin.
there.
Zombie in front of Orin is gonna make its attack against him.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
And that would be a natural 20.
Oh my god, Dave.
Yeah.
Natural 20. So I thought. Hate us because you anus, right, Ash? There we go. And you're going to take 10 points of damage as the zombie just begins to bludgeon you with its severed arm after you just lopped it off.
You kidding me?
10 points of damage. Alright, the rest of the zombies now, they are now just completely intrigued with just the room. They don't have that stimuli anymore. The door just shut, and they're just kind of like, just like looking around the room for whatever is causing this smell. And you can just still hear the kill, and you hear it's click, 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 click,
Nice.
click, 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 click. It's still going. I don't know for how much longer. Zombies are going to end their turns. Next up is going to be Hope. Dude, I
agree,
know.
Kashta. Anyways, would I be able to? My primary objective is to help Jorg with the door, but if I'm able to, get some attacks off on the zombie and then go help, I'll take that. If not, I'll just go help.
So, to me, it makes sense. If you're able to make a bonus action attack, right?
So the bonus action attack, I believe, if I'm reading 2 weapon fight, you can rule cool too if you want. I wouldn't be opposed.
This is where I'm going
Okay.
with it. That would be as a part of your regular action, correct?
Yeah, I would need to strike with a light weapon first to proc 2 weapon fighting.
But seeing as that, like, your arms can touch either side for the
Hell
most part,
yeah.
almost touch either side. To me, it makes sense to be able to brace yourself and slash the sword. That's just me. But
Yeah, no,
I'm going. I'm
ruling.
ruling. Rule of cool. Let's do it.
All right, yeah.
Finish your
and
beer.
The way I'd like to run it is I just want to see Jorg run quickly over as Orin's beating him up with the axe. Just come in and just quick jab and then throw my back up against the door with Jorg. And this is my the hex guy. So we could do a little bit of that. A 10.
That hits.
So that'd be an 11, and then plus a d6, a 1, so 12 points of damage.
All right, so it's going to take the make a saving throw, Constitution saving throw of d20. So that'd be a 5 plus what was the total damage? 12.
12, yeah.
5, 17. Dude, you just.
I want to do the scene from Troy with Brad Pitt where he just goes in the beginning.
Yeah,
Doesn't
dude.
even look back.
Yep, and just jam my shoulder into the door with Jorg and just look towards Jorg and be like, "Come on, we need help."
This zombie is dead. All right. Next up is going to be Kashta.
Kashta did have something planned, but seeing as Mr. Civ has different plans, I have to make a new plan of attack. I will walk to the edge, and throw the pull out the last vial of holy water that I have from the temple and just pour it on the monster. Because I'm hoping that this abomination has some negative side effects to holy water. And then as my bonus action, I would have my unseen servant take the chain and key from around its neck.
That's an awful lot.
Unless it will take a action and bonus action to produce the vial and pop and pour.
All right, so have your unseen servant. Hey, Nick, the unseen servant has a strength score of what, 1?
Let me check.
Or in a deck score, check for me. As for the holy water, go ahead. You dump the holy water on it, and you can see that it's having really no effect on it. Water just runs
It's
down.
a strength score of 2.
And what about its dex?
There's no dex score. It just says it has AC 10, 1 hit point, a strength of 2, and it can't attack.
Roll a d20, and this will be its sleight of hand check. See if it's able to pull the key.
Ooh.
Negative. You see the key just kind of like lifting up in the air and just going back up as it tries to pick it up and drop it.
All right.
Turn?
Yeah.
All right. So this the golem now has its multi attack. It is going to try. Oh well, seeing as that it's below 40 hit points, it is going to go berserk. When the
Oh.
golem starts its turn with 40 hit points or fewer, roll d6.
I was gonna say, doesn't it have to? It's still in the moonbeam, so it still has to take damage.
Technically.
Yes. So before it goes
Technically,
berserk.
yes.
Yeah. I'm paying attention.
I don't think it'll be enough, but it will take
Technical
damage.
damage, the worst kind of damage.
Okay, so do your
Dave,
Constitution
I
saving
did.
throw.
I did.
Dave!
And it's a 20.
Oh shit!
And it's a 20. All right, let me get
What
to
the
the damage.
hell?
So half of that, so we're looking at a 6. All right, awesome. We're getting down there though.
This
Seams are splitting. Ooze is running
He's down into the 30 something.
down to at least 30. So. All right, so awesome. So here we go. Roll a d6. On each of its turns, while berserk, the golem attacks its nearest target creature it can see. If no creature is near, it moves and attacks an object with the preference of an object smaller than itself. Once the golem goes berserk, it continues to do so until it's destroyed. It regains all hit points. The golem's creator. Okay, that doesn't apply. All right, cool. What does the 6 do?
That
On a
means
6.
it goes.
Oh, it goes berserk. Gotcha. Okay, let's see if it goes berserk. Man. All right, so it's going to make its 2 grapple checks. It's going to try to grab Kashta, and it's going to try to grab Bliss off the edge.
So is that we make checks against that, right? Either strength
Either
or
strength
acrobatics.
Or acrobatics. I'm going to do Bliss first, and then Kashta. Oh, I'm sorry. Take that back. That would have been a nat 20. Damn it. Wrong die. A 21!
All right, let's do acrobatics again.
Damn.
Ah.
Sucks to suck.
Oh,
Alright, Kashta.
well, I rolled a 16.
Alright.
Oh.
15. Damn it. Alright, so. Kashta, you're able to step back, shuffle back, and you can feel its fingertips just like graze the ends of your sandals, your feet,
Barefoot.
barefoot, graze the end of your feet. Bliss, he grabs you by the ankle and just pulls you off the edge, and now he's just basically holding you in the air by your ankle like this.
Oh boy.
Yep, oh boy is right. But we think it's a boy. We haven't had a chance to look under the loincloth yet.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
let's see.
Actually,
Warren.
Olga.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
30
Warren,
penises
Warren,
sewn underneath that loincloth.
Warren, you look to your left. You look to your left. I'm sorry,
Nothing
your
like
right,
Olga's fiance.
and you see Jorg and Loreno. They're just bracing the door. Someone hop out. I think Ashley hopped
Ash.
out.
Nick, Ashley.
They're bracing the door. Ash, you hopped out. If you can you hear me?
No, I think there she
Here
goes.
she goes.
Just tell her.
She goes. All right, cool. So
Sorry.
they're bracing the door. You look to your right. They're bracing the door, and then you look behind you, and you can see that Bliss is being held square in the air. Just like, and this thing is just looking directly in his face, just shouting.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. And it's really kind of a stretch. I'm gonna say, let the door go. I need Yorig and Hope to let the door go. And I'm going to hold up one hand to that door. And I'm going to hold up another hand with my Metamagic Twin spell. And I'm going to blast the flesh golem, as well as blast the zombies behind the door
With ice knife?
with well, could I? Yeah, it says Ray of Frost would be an eligible.
Yeah.
Ray of
That's a
Frost.
safe option.
But if
Now,
I
I
can do
would-
it with ice knife, I mean that's like some heavy shit, bro.
I mean, if you'd like.
I don't know. Let's just do Ray of Frost. See what
God
happens.
damn it. All right, so and I will rule yes. Like they'd be able to see you holding your hand up and like the crystal, the little ice crystals forming in your hand, and they would look back and forth. If you guys are okay with it, I would allow you guys to open it real quick. They take the blast and be able to shut the door again.
Yeah. I like the idea of Jorig being right in between my legs, just holding the door with his back and me and him at the back, and just be like,
Oh, awesome. So, roll for the zombie first with Ray of Frost.
Going.
Remember, you get that +1 to hit and your +1 to damage for your. So that's definitely a hit.
And with +1.
Okay. Now the damage. You gotta hit
Okay,
the damage.
and now the damage.
7 +1.
Yeah. Eat, baby.
So
That's pretty cool.
this just this roaring mist of just frost. So that one of the zombies turns around and its face and it just begins to try to chomp through it, and bits of its teeth and face just start to chip off,
Oh.
and then before it just stops moving and falls to the ground dead. The other Ray of Frost, which let's see if it is too far.
It's not. It's a
Not
9
too far.
feet.
All right, go ahead.
Oof.
Make your
All
attack
right,
roll.
So I do it again. Okay.
Yes.
Do
Different
the whole
target, different roll.
process. Oof.
hell yeah.
And player, that's the hit. All right, pull that damage. Add that 1. 3 and 4 damage.
4.
Awesome. Awesome.
Damn, dude.
You can see that as you're holding up, it's bliss. You can't help but to feel your leg. It doesn't hurt, but it's starting to get really cold. And you look up, and its hand is just like frozen, like there's a block of ice, and your hand is, or your leg is like caught within the block of ice of the hand. It's like locked. All right. Next up, Yorig.
What would you consider a bonus action?
In terms of spell,
Well, yeah, no, not a spell, but if like I wanted to like chuck like a wedge underneath the door, would that be an action or like a bonus action type of
that's
move?
that would be more of an action. Like if you're throwing a wedge and like using a hammer to hit it, like wedging the door, yeah, that would definitely be an action.
Hmm.
Could be done. Like if you're talking about like taking a wedge of wood.
Oh yeah, I know,
underneath
I
the
know.
door and taking
I
a
know.
ham. Okay, as I was, Mr. Fireman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just
Jesus.
back off.
Our,
so you're
our
gonna step
viewers may not have the same expertise as you. Just saying.
You're just gonna step away from the door since Hope has a little better of a grasp than I would. Keeping that door closed. And,
I am not
Hope,
strong.
what did I say? Yeah. I'm gonna take the little pocket watch that I got from Bliss and hurl it over at the flesh monster to cast.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. Chaos Bolt.
All right, let's do it. All
Ooh.
right, let's do it. Make that
Dude,
attack.
these rolls.
Yeah, did the
There.
20 hit?
We got some fucking
Yes, it
freshly baked rolls.
Yes.
What I'm
Buttery
saying.
roll.
So it's taking okay, 7 and 4, meaning it is taking force damage.
All right, this is gonna take force damage. So 11 fire and 3 force.
It's all force. I just wrote fire because it's
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
semantics.
So it's gonna take 14 points of damage. All right, that works.
Shit.
So Bliss, now
Yes.
Bliss, your ankle is locked in this thing's hand, and now this thing takes this like giant bolt of force to its chest, and it's just holding you, and it just, and you're just like whipping back and forth. You're pulling like one of them, one of the
Inflatable tube arm.
circa 1980 the movie, the drama, the space with the chosen one and the father. He's the bad guy. They're in the space station. They blow it up. They blow up the
Movie
planet. The space
references
wizards.
only happen when you get it.
They're on the
in
frost.
fir-
They're on the
forget about it.
frost world. And the thing, and he's upside down. Yeah, that one. That movie. Whoever.
Does Bliss by chance see that it was the same pocket watch he got me while he's whirling about?
You know what?
Just so he knows.
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
And now, Dill, make a. You want him to see it?
Yes, I want him to see it.
All right, I got you. Yeah, I would say.
I
would say
wasted a good roll on that.
I would say,
I'm so mad.
yeah, you see it. All right. Is that your turn? Is that your turn, Jorg?
Oh, it was my turn. It was his. I'm done. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go back to the door and help Hope, or pretend to help
got
Hope.
you. Gotcha.
No,
Bliss,
please
you're up.
help me.
Bliss, you were just like finally like getting your bearings. You were upside down, your ankle frozen in this thing's hand, and it's slowly falling apart at the seams.
Awesome. Best attempt I want to make at slicing this frozen arm with my rapier, trying to get free as best I can. So I'm gonna take an attack with my rapier against the hand,
All right, cool.
like bending, reaching towards the ankles, and just
All right, let's do
stabbing
it.
away.
Let's do it. Sounds awesome.
11.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
All right, that'll be 11 piercing.
Oh my god. Its arm just like shatters as you pierce through it. Like you can see the rapier like bend as you're like trying to embed it in the ice, and bing! Shatters. Fall down. Make an acrobatics check, please.
Don't fail me now, feet. 11.
11. Let's
Should do it for all the 11s.
We'll say about half damage. So I want you to take. Half of this.
5. Alright, cool. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to, yet again, take another card and stick it right on to this guy's tree trunk of a leg.
Awesome.
And let's do that. 16.
That is a hit.
And that'll be a 6 plus an 8.
All right.
14 points.
14 points of damage as you take the card, throw the card flies across the room, ding, cuts the key off of the chain. You reach your hand out, the key falls in your hand, catches the last seam under its arm, like right by its clavicle, and it just
Yeah.
and it just starts spilling onto the floor and in pieces, and it is dead.
How awesome looking is this key? Is it ornate? Is it an average looking key? What am I holding?
This key is, hold on one second. This key is extraordinary. It just glows with radiant glory and angelic grace. You look at it and your eyes are just like taken aback. Like, it is one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen, and it's a key.
So like I already have a pocket of keys. It's beyond anything like I'm holding.
This
with the
this
other
would be a focus of attention in a museum or within the trophy room of a king.
Interesting. Very interesting.
We're gonna take a brief break, but before we take this break, in the far corner of the room, that chest. It's rattling and shaking as if something is moving around inside. And there are golden chains wrapped around it, covered in mud and grit and blood and muck. With this chest wrapped in golden chains, bouncing around as if something is banging its way inside. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back at, call it
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? We'll call it 10 o'clock. 20 minutes.
All right.
Cut the feed, man. Cut the feed. Back. That was fun. But you guys have this rumbling chest in front of you in the back corner of the room covered in muck and gold chains. Ominous. And some snapping, clawing zombies just barely barricaded in a prison cell with a gnome and a fairly slender tiefling trying to hold it shut. What are you guys doing?
I'd want to look down towards Jorg, like panicked, and just be like, "You've got something in your bag for this."
I think I have something that might work. And I take a python out of my bag and hammer it into the bottom of the door, hopefully that it's wide enough to wedge the door in.
Okay, I got you.
I
So,
would lower the rope to Bliss.
cool.
And tie it off. Actually,
lower
I
the
would
rope.
tie it off so we could get up and down it.
Cool. You're tying it off. You run it to one of the handles of one of the other doors. Jorg, you take one of the pitons, the pythons, whatever they're called, however anybody wants to pronounce them. Piton. Whatever. The things, the metal things you hammer into maybe like a cliff face, some for climbing or whatever. Hammer it into the ground, and the zombies clink, and you can see it bends a little bit and it rubbles. You take another one, clink, clink, clink. Two of them seem to hold the door relatively securely. You guys kind of like lift your hands off the door. Kind of rumbles a little bit, but confident that these the metal spikes are going to hold this in.
I'm gonna yell out to the group, "Hey guys, I think it would be worthwhile to come check everything out down here."
All right, I go.
Yeah, I sexy slide down the rope.
Down the rope.
I'm
the power of
hesitant.
helm. What's going on here?
And as everyone gets down, I wanna present that key to Kashta and be like, "Kashta, what do you make of this?" And I kind of both palms open, holding up that ornate
Actually, I'm gonna
key that I got.
Can I make a history check or a religion check or something to try to perceive what this key is?
This is a definitely a religion check.
Is anyone proficient
hold
in
on.
religion who would want to help?
That would be
I was
me.
gonna say I'm ready to.
I mean, there's others amongst us, though.
No, Nick or Oren, it's you.
All right,
okay.
so seeing as you're standing right next to me, you want to also look and help me with my check?
I shall look with you, brother.
16.
Okay. I'm gonna just make one.
Oh, I roll with advantage when you help, I think.
Yep.
Lit.
Oh, well, look at the app.
So it's going to be, well, we're not going to do 2 rolls. It's going to be Costa's roll.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
16. You look at it, and it's definitely angelic in nature, celestial in origin. There's an inscription where does anybody read celestial?
Ooh. I can cast comprehend languages as a cantrip.
If you might get as a cantrip.
Pretty sure I can, yeah.
Hey.
Damn.
See,
That is
what ability
definitely
is
not a
that?
cantrip.
Just kidding. It's not. Sorry. It's a spell slot, and I have 1 left.
Oh, well.
I knew I had it. That's all. I don't know why I thought it was a cantrip. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. Takes 1 minute to read a page of this text. Spell doesn't decode secret messages or glyphs, such as arcane sigil that isn't a part of written language. So I would just place my hand on the tip of the key while it still remains in Bliss's palm and cast the spell.
Okay. So your eyes, like, you kind of like rub your eyes and you're looking at it. It's almost like if something comes into focus and you're able to read it. And this is the it says for lack of I'm trying to describe this best I can. Celestial is a very elegant and graceful language, planar language, where there's like a as you read it, it's almost like in song or in poem form. It's very like heavenly, and it translates to key to the gate of the key to the gate of the left warden.
This says it is the key of the gate of the left warden. I'm not sure what that means. It is written a godly-like language. This is a good find.
How much do you want to suppose it is for the chest? It is rattling in the corner.
I do not know. But if it does fit that lock, maybe the gods intended it to stay inside of that chest. Whatever is inside
What
the
if it
box.
needs help?
What if it murders us?
It's going.
Well, I'm gonna stay up here if anyone needs help. I got the rope.
I highly doubt that there was a golem protecting this key, and it's going to unleash something worse than the golem we faced to get this key.
And I kind of
I agree with
make
Yorick.
last words.
Clearly
and
don't know our DM.
I make last words and echo appear, and I look at Gosh, and I was like, nothing's gonna kill us. We should check this out.
Besides, I can always freeze the bastards where they stand.
I'm gonna walk towards the rattling chest
Same.
and see if the key does fit in its lock. Not turn it, just want to see if it fits.
All right, you guys need to approach the chest to do that.
While you guys are doing,
That was a warning.
I have the rope already like set for when you guys need to come up.
I'm gonna walk carefully and avoid these green spots.
It's just water. It's just murky water.
I'm still gonna avoid
No.
that shit.
No problem. You gotta do.
Trust any of you.
Kosh, as you approach.
I just have my swords ready and looking at Bliss, just like in preparation for anything to jump out of this chest that seems hostile.
So as Bliss holds the lock in his hand and he begins to put the key in the lock, Kasha, you notice that along the chains, the golden chains that are binding this chest closed, is an engraving in the same language.
I'm gonna touch it so I can read it.
In the same language, it says, "Golden bindings from the forge of the left warden."
The warden has locked this case, and I will reverb the or I will translate the script back to the party, basically saying that the warden has locked the chest. We should be very, very cautious about what is inside here.
Do we fear
I'm not
swords
opposed to
and
opening it.
golems
I'm
or
just saying
zombies?
maybe we do a little more research. Like, I don't know, the old glass to the wood trick.
The thing's just kind of bouncing around.
Pastor,
You're
maybe
muffled.
you could put your hands on the chest, and maybe something else will come to you other than just the chains itself.
I'm gonna pick up a bone nearby and poke the chest.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna knock on it and see, like, in a way that somebody would know that there is intelligence on the other side.
It stops shaking. You hear something shifting inside. And then a muffled...
Can I make like a perception check or something to, like, I don't know, try to see, try to determine anything I can about the chest, whether the origin or a stamp, a seal.
Sounded like you said true love.
Yeah.
Can someone point the mirror we took and point it at the chest?
I can do that.
I think. Oh, right. You took the mirror. That's right.
I Gandalfed it and I shoved myself again in the direction of the chest.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Awesome.
Start shaking again.
I think we should just.
I'm just
open
gonna
it.
look at Hope and just
I'm ready.
say, "Be ready." And now it's key turned, unlocking
As
this
you-
lock.
As you hold the lock in your hand and you insert the key and you turn it, your hand begins to warm up. The key warms, but it's a
Shit.
very gentle, very soothing warmth, as if someone laid a warm, wet towel across the back of your neck. Very soothing.
Ooh,
And
like
a
a
bright
hot
flash-
shave from a barber.
Exactly. There's a gentle flash of light, and the chains and the key and the lock disappear. And all that's left is a rattling latch. And a
Yeah.
ring.
I'm definitely spring back and ready up also with my scimitar.
My
I'm
my
gonna-
hands are already frosty at this point.
Rapier in one hand and opening that latch.
Hold on to the rope.
As you open the latch,
Like your scarecrow.
the chest springs open, and there's a bolt of light blue light shoots up into the ceiling, flies around, and then stops right in front of you. And as your eyes come into focus, this gold floating metallic something is just humming in front of you, and it goes, "Oh, hello there."
Oh, hi.
Thank you for releasing me. It's been quite some time.
What can you tell us about why you were in the box?
Yeah, I'm
What
looking
It's
at
pretty
Bliss.
special.
What? I don't know why. I just know I've been here for so long. Oh, this place is coming to shambles. This isn't what I remember.
Crossing
take
my
me to the-
arms.
Can you
And
take me to
being
the
like-
temple, please?
Listen, buddy.
What are
Before
you?
we're going anywhere, What's the last thing you remember about this town, this place, and why you were put here?
I remember sitting within the bell tower of the temple, and strange sounds of the birds singing and the people speaking and walking, and whole town went silent. And I went down the bell tower, and I went down the spiral staircase down to the main temple, and killed him. Before I knew it, someone threw a bag or something captured me. I tried to escape, and next thing I know, I was tossed into this box. Here I sat. I don't know how long. I've counted and counted. So many lifetimes. You're quite a sight for sore eyes, and beg my pardon. I might as well introduce myself. They call me from where I'm from. They call me the Mendicant. Your people would call me the Lantern. I've held many names. The Archon of the Dwarven Wardens. The Messenger, really. Messenger of the gods.
Then give us a message, messenger.
Well, you see, there seems to be something, some sort of shroud that has disrupted my connection. The seven heavens. I fear that this. Well, I sense its presence, so I know that the danger, whatever happened, all those centuries ago, is still in effect. We must get out. Take me to my temple, Temple of Tabris. I need to go back.
Kind of look. Yeah, do what you gotta ask.
Okay. Just like, can I make a possible history check? Dwarven Wardens, would I have heard anything about the worship of any of this being from a Dwarven smithing guild?
You can make your choice, history or religion, one or the other.
That will be history.
It's really more so religion, but we'll go history.
It's either a +2 or a
I
+0.
give a little bit of help to Hope on this one since I was in the
am
guild house
doing
with
it
him for a
straight-
bit.
I am doing it straight in my noggin. I ain't telling no one about this.
Oh. Fine.
A 7.
All right. So you remember that there is a pantheon of dwarven gods that dwell within one of mountains of Mount Celestia, one of the seven heavens, one layer of the seven heavens, and their gates are protected by the right and the left dwarven wardens.
Alright.
Why do you want to go to the temple so bad?
I must check on my master. I've been tasked with lighting the city.
Can I look and see if there's anything else in the chest?
What's the? It
There's
disappeared.
a burlap sack.
Oh, it was still there. What's the year you last remember?
Well, I believe it was the 7th day of the 7th month of the 777th year of the 7th age.
Do we know that to be like 600 years before we just arrived to the town?
You hold up your fingers and you're like counting, and it's around that time frame. It's about 600 years.
What's the size of this thing?
It's
The messenger?
like it's about this big, about the size of a baseball.
Like a
I'm gonna
golden
turn
snitch.
I was just gonna say that.
I'm looking
Hope
around the
and
group
just be
like, is this the god that people pay money in the temple to talk to?
I
don't
kind of
know.
believe this guy. He's got me going.
Just
What
gonna
do you guys think?
the burlap sack out of the chest and run it through
It kind
my
of like
belt.
turns. It kind of like turns towards you, seeing what you're doing, but like looks back.
You never know when you need a good sack, dude.
I'd say to Jorg, well, if he knows the temple and he knows how to get in, I think we need him.
So I know the way quite familiarly. This used to be the old dungeon. And the new part of the city was just under construction when it all happened. Come, let's go. And he starts darting down the hallway.
Okay. I have the rope so everyone can climb up.
I would call for the snitch to wait, the messenger to wait, and I would climb the rope also.
Okay.
Climbing said rope.
Run away.
And then I would help the witch doctor bullywug along with us. Kind of irritated he didn't do anything to help, but
He is like barely standing.
I thought
He
he
can
was
hold his weight.
standing and able to move on his own, but
Shuffle, not attack. Or
okay.
anything.
Well,
Uh,
magic.
I was gonna say, Kasha, I see what you're doing with the
You gotta grab that door back
Babu.
again.
And I have 2 good berries left, so I hand it to you to give to Babu.
So this the lantern. Oh my! Someone didn't reset the traps. Anyway, everyone, hold on. And you guys literally feel like this feeling of butterflies in your stomach as you float across the trap to the other side, and then gravity takes hold again, and you gently drop down.
Damn, this guy's good for something.
Do you know anything about the unlockable door in the other room?
Door? I mean, it's been so long. I suppose I could take a look, but we must keep going. I mean, we can come. It can't be nearly as important in seeing if the shroud has been dropped, if the wails of him
Now,
continuing.
now you mentioned, and I might have been hard of hearing because I was holding the rope, but did you say that when you remember you came down and everything that you killed someone,
Oh no!
or someone was killed that you remember?
Yes, Father.
Okay.
Father was just a sweet dwarven man. Just
Excuse me, you said father.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta get fuck Moreno's voice. I was there when father died. It was not a day ago, right?
Yeah.
just
was-
curious.
It was 600
Quite curious.
years.
I mean, we all have our own perceptions of how long 600 or so years are, but I never referred to it as a day. But again, not too familiar with those of your interesting heritage. But how long do you tieflings usually live for?
It's not no 600 years.
Quite curious. One of us must be mistaken, I'm sure.
Now, I have a question. What did Father look like that you remember being killed?
I'd want to use the mask of many faces to turn into what I remember
Father looking like.
father looked like. To say,
Awesome.
did he look
Yeah,
like this?
did it look like this? And I like kind of like bring my big sloth hand, like
Kind of like,
him like
there's a
this.
flash of light, and he's, what? Why? How do you do know him? Did you? It's remarkable. Very young, this little magic. It's a cute trick, but man, flawless. He's like kind of like buzzing around your face, like looking for any sort of like little imperfections. And quite a shimmer here and there, and something off here, but stunning.
How did your father die?
He's killed.
Ow!
Why? I'd rather not speak their names. Speaking his name only grants him more power.
This is Harry Potter
You
themed,
keep
bro.
saying
Yeah.
him.
This
You say
is
the
Harry
whales
Potter
of him. Who are you speaking of?
I do not wish to know the name, just the way he died. What method?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Wasn't the guy that killed father?
Or the
that
guard.
lowlife, the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look like him too.
Oh,
Yeah, you can be like, did this kill him?
Was this the killer? And then, but
I've never seen him before. No.
Interesting. I
I
think
rolled a
someone
13 on the persuasion.
13.
was falsifying father.
He says, let's get to a place of more hallowed ground, where our words can be protected and will not travel through the weave and empower our mutual foe. But I'll tell you, he's a young god, fallen god. He was given power, purpose, by those who feast upon mortals, former mortals. Anyway, let's get back to... We need hallowed ground. We need to get back to the temple. I need to see this for myself. I promise there'll be more answers.
Great, let's look at this door real quickly. On the way out.
The one to the right or the one back?
That
Ooh.
door was.
I was thinking about the trap door, but
Trapdoor? Whatever one you want. Trapdoor or
what
whatever.
do we want, guys? Want to roll for it?
I think
Odds to the right, evens to the left.
whatever works. They were
I
both
vote. I vote
shrouded.
trapdoor. Yeah, they're
Trapdoor's
both
in the
things
cell,
we're
right?
thinking. No, it's in the first door we walked into.
In the office. Well, where the zombie was locked up.
Oh yeah.
So the zombie was dead.
Yeah.
You guys plunged that silver thing to it. So, alright. Oh my. Oh. This is... I cannot touch it. I don't have the proper authorization.
It's authorized.
For the warden, of course. I can't go... I'm merely a messenger. I can't speak to him. Once the shroud is down and we rid
What's the warden's name?
the warden to the right, the warden to the left. I am their archon, their messenger, their mendicant.
Then we should get a message.
I'll tell you that I will not be able to communicate or plane or shift or go anywhere.
Yes, you have told
Till
us the shroud.
till
Yes,
the shroud
yes.
is down.
Let us be on our way to the temple.
I'll tell you what this is, though. This is a celestial lock.
Well, you piqued my curiosity. What is a
Yeah.
celestial lock? Not one for gods.
He kind of like chuckles. You don't know the celestial You're serious?
Yes, very.
Of course. Well, you understand that even in the heavens, there's a progression of authority and a span of control of different varying power deities that all possess their own power and authorizations, and I'm merely an archon. These spells, these celestial locks can only be opened with an authorization from a celestial of the same authority or higher of the one that cast it. This came from one of the wardens.
So, quickly riddle me this. Why would one of their own ranks lock another within this region? Aren't they concerned for you?
What? Are you insinuating I was locked away by them? It's absurd.
You just said they needed authorization.
I'm sorry. Authorization for the trapdoor? So clearly there's something down there that shouldn't
No,
be
for the
accessed
for the celestial lock.
on the trapdoor.
Oh, oh, I thought for some reason you were talking about the shroud. I don't know
about the
why.
trapdoor.
Sorry. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Hope is just crazy.
Now, I'm a little confused because you're saying that it's only by the power of someone with the same power or higher. I understand that. But why do you think that you were locked in by the left warden?
Why would the warden lock me away? Why would...
That's what we're trying to figure out because it seems like the box that you were in was all by the left warden.
That doesn't make any sense. It must be something tangible or something. You showed me some evidence of something.
I will
Slander?
verbatim.
How
I will
celestial
verbatim
locks works.
read what the inscription said on the key and on the lock.
Okay, he said, clearly you've done your study and you take me as a fool.
This is no study. This is what happened. We put the
Yeah.
key in the lock and it instantly vanished.
And
It's
we
quite
don't.
funny.
We're not
You
taking
did-
you as a fool.
You would
We-
need the warden's key for that. That is absurd. Listen, I can go about this myself. And I can solve this problem myself. Not much, but I can figure this out. And I'm not going to listen to anyone slander my wardens that I've been serving for an eternity.
Hi, I'm so sorry, messenger, if that's okay if I call you that. Of a, person of God as well, and I pray to my God. I understand what you're talking about. We're just as confused as you. And so we thought that there was some puzzle piece that you might be able to put together with us, but it seems like there might be something that we both just don't understand at the moment. But my friend Kashta right there is telling the truth. We had a big zombie golem that we ended up having to kill who had a key around his neck that had the signature of the left warden, and the locks were from the left warden. So that's what we're a little confused about. We're not saying anything about you, but we're just saying we're trying to just put puzzle pieces here together.
Just remember, I understand. Just remember, this there's a ruse. Obviously a ruse. We're caught in the middle of it, but just understand that my existence is nothing compared to that of the warden. Either of the wardens I served the left, but I'm more than happy to serve the right warden. I suggest we work together until we find a common understanding of what's going on here. You have more information of recent events, but I might be able to offer some clarity the origin of this.
Tell us about the vampires.
Vampires, wretched creatures.
Well, why don't we? While we're talking about this,
Walk
because
and
we
talk.
did. We
His
just
eye,
went
the
through
center
all
eye,
these.
just after he says vampires, the center eye just like lights up. Oh, it would make sense. It's drawing his power from. We must make haste. We must get out of here. We must get to hallowed ground.
Onward.
All right,
Follow him
let's
out.
go.
So he zips around, and your understanding is that the path back is to the left, back through the ward, whatever, back through the captain's thing. He zooms to the right, goes back down the hallway as you follow him. Right, he goes up to this door, which was locked. A blue beam shoots out of the door. The iron bands and the hinges and the lock and everything about that door just glows gold, and then just literally vaporizes, and the two pieces of wood, or the multiple planks of wood, clink, 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 fall down, and he zooms up the staircase.
Alright, following along.
Yeah,
Onward.
I'm going there.
And the staircase keeps going and going and going and going and going up and up and up and up and up, and you can see like this faint light in the shape of like a trapdoor, like the edges of a trapdoor, and just like almost you can sense like the shadows of like an overcast above it, like the shadows of overcast. He looks up and he says, "Anybody willing to push this open?" Not been much of a handy man. Don't have any
Push it
hands.
open.
Push the door. You're able to feel like there's something heavy over it. You're able to, make an athletics check.
Rip.
I can assist.
You make your athletics check. 14. That's enough where you start to pick it up and you hear all the rubble start to slide off as you lift it up. And you guys end up back out in the woods. You can see in the distance. You can see the stone wall that surrounds the city. Obviously, you guys have left the interior of the city. It's still an eye shot. You can still see it. It's maybe probably a half-hour walk away. But you guys are in the rubble of a temple. And the lantern says, oh my, it's destroyed. And he zooms up to the top where this, where you would expect this, what he described this like bell tower, this light tower was, and he zooms back down, and I can't believe it. And he's just zooming around looking, and there's just like moss and just like lichens are growing over everything. All the trees have been scored and just like charred as if something was burnt. And there's just graves everywhere, just you can tell are just like mixed matched graves, just hastily dug.
I thought you said we were going to the temple. The temple's back in town.
This is the temple.
Seeing as this is a holy place and we're not really in any shape to go anywhere, I'm just gonna start setting up camp. I'm gonna gather some logs and make a fire and put my bedroll out because I need rest and I need food, and our witch doctor friend also needs the same.
So
Does this broken down temple resemble any bit of the temple we were in?
it does.
Okay. Damn.
Shoot.
How
I must meditate on this. I, don't- I know that I know this is probably not the right time, and we need to work together. But I need some time to process this. There's to understand. The last message I received from my home was a millennia ago, and everyone I've known and loved and cared for is now gone. I need to process this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to return home, and the celestial light within will burn out, seeing as that I won't be able to recharge. If you could give me one night to compose myself, appreciate it.
Of course.
Isn't anything in the temple for you? There
Dude,
might be
this is
something
just
left.
Dude, it's just like the front of the temple. You can see like where like that light tower used to be, and then it's just like literally like maybe knee high, just foundation. That is it. There's nothing left.
Like all the rubble is just like rubble. There's no anything of like desks
There is-
or.
dude.
Okay. All right.
Nothing.
No worries.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So
We're
he
talking
zooms up to the
600
top,
years.
and you can see that he just his light kind of like faintly goes down as if he's resting, and he rests what you would assume would be where he's rested before. So as you guys are setting up camp and you start, are you going to begin your short rest, long rest?
I vote for long.
What time
I
is it?
vote for
Yeah.
long rest.
It is about sundown.
Okay.
It'd be it'd be a little early to go to bed, dude. But it's not like, I mean, it would be the equivalent of like going to bed at like maybe 7:30.
I'd say set up camp.
Cook a meal,
I
yeah.
vote
set up
long
Yeah,
camp,
7:30 is not that bad.
and
I
take
want to see if anyone wants to walk a little bit the perimeter with me to see if like there's any other resemblance than just what we can see the temple. If there's any other resemblance of like to the other town, to like burnt up parts that are around this area.
Yeah. I'll
Sure.
walk with you.
Yeah, I can do that too, because I have
Um,
religious background.
Yeah.
I'll stay
Right,
starting to
I'm
set up
walking.
camp.
As we go for the walk, I mask many faces to that kind of image that I had put on last time that you found me in Bliss.
Okay.
I
but
got
yeah,
you.
that's it.
I would be tending to the witch doctor, and I would ask him, how long do your people live for? How long do you live?
He says that his voice always kills me, so I'm only talking to him a little bit.
Sure.
Our people live approximately 40 croaks.
Fuck. Do you remember this place? Have you ever been near this place?
No.
Do you know of Talos? Tabris.
Yes.
Talos.
Skyrim.
Tabris. Yeah, Talos is from Skyrim. What can you tell me of Tabris?
He is the warrior to the monster, to the god.
Helpful. Okay, that's all I wanted to ask him. It doesn't seem like he has much information for me.
So he begins to explain that in their religion, they've almost not a shared religion. Behemoth fits within a careful balance. The warrior, the god, and the monster. Behemoth fills this role in that trio. And that trio, these are lesser gods that maintain the balance of this particular valley. They are like This is a very large valley, and most gods and deities obtain power through prayer. And how many devoted clerics they have and worshippers they have, where the warrior fights for the weak, meek, and the innocent. The monster, Hemoth, brings balance to this prosperity and is ever hungry and consuming. The god, well, nobody worships the god anymore.
Damn.
So as you continue your patrols, need everybody to make a perception check. That would be, well, whoever's walking around. I think that's Hope, Bliss, and Orin.
Oh shit.
That's an 8.
20.
Nick, you can just press on the skill on your sheet.
Oh, okay. Perception.
There we go. So, as you're walking, Hope, you're walking through, you're looking around, Orin, you're doing the same thing. Bliss, you stop the two, and you go, and you point, and you see this swaying figure start to move out of the shadows towards the temple, and behind him, 3 or 4 other swaying creatures. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Damn.
All right.
Wow. Wow.
Holy crap.
Questions, concerns, disgust, complaints, grievances.
Oh.
What do you guys have for me? Let me go to the let me go to the Discord. Let me see. All right, we are going to start. Okay, you know what, Tim? I don't know your birthday. When is your birthday?
7/8/92.
7/8/92.
July 8th, 1992.
So let's see. So actually, you know what? That means that Nick Targonski, you're the first one with that June 13th birthday.
All right.
So tell me what you think.
Again, subverting expectations. I thought the combat was fun and engaging. Again, I really love the mechanic of grapple and then damage, just because that's like, in video games, an enemy telegraphing their move and you kind of being able to learn from that. And then this guy's pretty peculiar. I have some thoughts, and it seems to be
As you
pretty
should.
involved. And Loreno's or Hope isn't exactly one for the gods. He was actually gonna say something before about him that we shouldn't bother, speaking with the slaves, since he's just gonna succumb to like whatever his master says.
Damn.
As a little thing, because this guy was giving us a hard time. He was getting pissed off. He's like, dude, all right, yeah, go get the orders from higher up, man. Yeah, get right on that.
right,
but
Tim.
yeah, I'm excited.
Tim, for that July birthday.
You shall not harm Harry Potter is the vibes that this guy's giving me, like a Dobby snitch. There's the "he who must not be named" reference with the name giving him power, and I believe I said the last session there was some other Harry Potter things that was really like, oh my god, this is Harry Potter. So
This is a hodgepodge of some of my favorite fictional stories.
awesome. I really enjoyed the combat. I think it definitely could have been catastrophic. With 2 waves of zombies approaching in close corridors. It could have gone a number of ways, and everyone, held their ground. I thought that was really fun, and I just like where the story's going. I can't wait to find out like what's the cause of all this, and how is it tied in, and are we ever gonna make it back to home and check in with the guard post and claim our reward? It was really fun. I love the short action-packed session, and can't wait to level up to level 4 because it's a big level for the Witch Doctor class. Ability score improvement and an extra cantrip known. Yeah.
August 19th, Nick.
Same as Bill Clinton. Him and I
Good.
have a lot in common.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't know, what is this like creature supposed to be? Like, I get that it's like an angel because it looks like a horrifying demon because angels look like actually crazy, but like,
It's an archon.
so what'd that do? It's just like a messenger
Find out.
dude.
You have to find out, man.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
He's like that floating sphere in Halo.
I was
Yeah, that's
100%.
exactly what I was thinking.
The
Like
archive.
cartoon.
Hodgepodge, favorite.
The second I heard the voices, I was like,
love
this guy over here, come on.
So, well,
Well, that's
we
crazy.
all know how
Yeah.
that ended.
Yeah. I thought it was very good combat. Everyone is syncopated and ready to work together. So that's just adds to the juiciness of it all. So
September 24th, we'll do Age Before Beauty. So we'll do Mike first because he's the oldest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like combat? That was epic. Especially just because, like Tim was saying, it could have gone either way, especially with the zombie horde. Who knows? But more interesting, the story. There being an identical father figure. That's clearly not right. There's an identical, church thingy that's not right. So, what is the town that we're trying to save versus what is like this town in front of us? It's going to be really interesting to figure out. I mean, this is clearly why the Shroud's going on, but, what does that mean?
Bill Dog.
Yeah, dude, combat was awesome. Like what Mike was saying, trying to figure out. You kept saying like Hemoth is part of like 3, like the warrior and the monster, and clearly like, we're in the monster town. Is this town that we were in like the warrior town, and that's why like this good shrine is overtaken because it's now destroyed? Or is there like some sort of like parallel universe going on where this guy thinks it's 600 years past and it's only been like a day type of thing? Curious to see where that story goes.
October 25th. Ashley.
Yeah, kind of like what everyone else said. Combat was great. Wish I didn't waste that one spell slot, but that's okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed how like we all worked together. We all kind of figured out what to do. And the story is just breathtaking. Like, I think I'm more into the story than even the combat at this moment, because it's just like we've been thrown so many curveballs that's like, are we protecting the right town, or has the right town already been destroyed and now we're protecting like this evil town? Especially like how the Frog King was saying how everyone kind of has like that warrior, the Hemoth, or they have the Hemoth, but that person, and then like not really a god. So that's very interesting, and like Tim said, I am very much digging this like Harry Potter-esque kind of feel to it as well. Like he should not be named, he'll take power from it. So I'm really into this like kind of like almost murder mystery kind of thing going on. So it's pretty cool.
So are you guys starting? Just a question: are you guys starting to take these little clues and these little things and come up with your own expectations and assumptions based on where this is going?
No, because you always destroy them, and you always destroy them.
Or is it, to be honest, is the story is it that confusing where it'll reveal itself confusing,
don't think
Or is
so.
it confusing? Like, dude, I'm lost. Confusing.
I think we're like in that middle part of a really good book, like when you're like slightly confused because you're like, what the, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But towards the end, you're gonna be like mind blown and you're gonna be like, how did I not figure this out in like chapter 13? And I'm figuring this out at chapter 26. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like once we grab things and understand things, like we're just in that middle part of like, we're like trying to figure out and not exactly know. But once we know, we're gonna be like,
I
wow.
would agree. It's like we're following two mysteries, and one is in the present, and one is from 600 plus years ago, and they're obviously paralleling each other. And we have a case of an imposter, and it's confusing right now to the point where you're like, what the hell is going on? But you also need to know. Like, I need to know. Kasha
Yeah.
It's
needs
the
to
case
know.
of like imposter, or is it just like history repeating itself now in a new town?
Yeah.
What the
Right,
deal?
based off of the old one.
Yeah.
Well,
So, like,
Dave, what was your summary
Favorite.
of the session?
November 14th.
There you go.
Okay.
And while you're at it, tell us your
Um,
top 10 favorite fall
I really
movies
wanted
slash
to
books.
introduce this NPC, because it's depend.
Hmm. He doesn't want to
Let's
give
just
it
say that
away.
he is, or it is, a very important influence on the plot. He's not 100% necessary to the plot, but perhaps his expertise will lead to, well, will answer some questions and result in more questions being asked.
Yep, already happened.
So, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been an energetic and fun night. I'm your host. We are getting ready. We are clear for a landing, and everybody return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. And please keep all arms and legs within. No, I don't know what to say. I'm not an airline pilot. Dylan, is that your expertise too? Are you gonna bash me in
my
that?
God.
Yeah.
God damn.
You know, I'll let you do what you have to do.
Cut the
Put
feet.
that other
Cut it.
mic back on.
All right.
Cut it.